Wow. And what a hell of an opening stock to do also. Overstock. All right. Okay. This is going to be difficult. This is going to be difficult because this was a pandemic play. And are we coming out of the pandemic, or is it merely just a blip and it's going to start to get worse from here? I know everyone's screeching about, Delta variants or whatever. Are more lockdowns possible? I personally don't think so. I feel like calling for more lockdowns now would be like the cat's out of the bag. The cat's out of the bag. I think for calling them for again and going back to all those restrictions would basically be political suicide for anybody who was willing to do that. But let's not, before we delve into getting too political here. Actually, first thing I'm noticing here is $3.5 billion market cap. I would have expected a lot more than that. That seems extremely low. That seems extremely low for this company. And that is the price at 81 when it was down here March of last year at $4.99. This had to have been in the millions. This had to have been like 200 million, 300 million for overstock for an online retailer. That doesn't sound right to me. I kind of want to give this a buy just because I know it's had this insane past year. I know that. I recognize that, but I almost want to give this a buy purely based on the fact that this market cap seems ridiculously small. Then again, they were struggling in prior years to make a profit. They managed to just barely squeak one out in 2020, but that is 100% definitely, unquestionably COVID and lockdown and stay-at-home related. And I know I asked before. I was asking myself before if what is the future, because it's the COVID play. What is the future of it? With lockdowns and coming out of COVID and whatnot, and would that affect it at all? Take a look at this quarterly chart. It's been going down steadily since Q2 of 2020. There's no way this is not coming out of COVID related. It says valuation compelling. Compelling in the sense that it's good for what it is right now, or compelling in the sense that you think it should be higher? Needham initiated coverage of the online retailer with a buy rating of 150. Wow, this is a what is this? What is with this bar? Forget it. I don't want to read your crappy website if you're gonna hustle me with garbage. Gonna release Q2 on July 29th. I would not be surprised to see that continue the downtrend here. Maybe it'll start flattening out. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. But maybe is not something that you want to say about a company that you're looking at buying. It'll maybe go up. No, you should be fairly certain that it should go up. Otherwise, you should look for somewhere else to put your money. I think even for its current Well, okay. Even for its current sales, if that downtrend continues in the earnings, I still think. Well, I guess it depends on how far it's gonna go. But I still think that. What am I trying to say? I still think that the valuation is very low if they can manage to keep their earnings in the positive. Okay, if you see those revenues to continue to come down like that and their earnings go and start slipping into the negative like they were prior to 2020, then I'm not sure. Perhaps that low valuation was worthwhile because they're a well-known name, I feel like. But I guess, I don't know, I feel like the fact that they're well-known might be skewing my opinion on that valuation, because just because you're well-known doesn't mean you're a good company. I mean, I hate to always poke fun at GameStop, but I think GameStop is a good example. I have mentioned, gone on rants on this channel in no uncertain terms that I am not a fan of GameStop, the company. I totally approve of what happened to it. Again, this is squeezing out shorts of the free market at work. This is how the market is supposed to work. There's literally, the shorts didn't do anything wrong, and the traders exploiting them didn't do anything wrong. Just the interaction of those two things is this is how the market's supposed to work. But as far as GameStop the company goes, I still think it's a garbage company. I still think it's a terrible company with a terrible business model. But everybody knows it. Everybody knows what GameStop is. Just like everyone knows what Overstock is. Does that make it a good company? Maybe. I don't know. But I think. So yeah, I found something that I like, that I think can warrant giving it a buy, and that is the potentially low valuation. And I saw something that can warrant giving it a sell, which is potentially those downward revenues and earnings trends that could potentially dip back into the negative one day. Again, I say back because they were negative prior. So that seems to be almost their default resting state, if that makes sense. So that's, kind of a case for a buy, kind of a case for a sell. So I can easily sit on the fence with this. So I am going to go middle of the road. I'm going to say, sure, Overstock can go up maybe if they can keep their earnings above water, but if they can't, then I don't know. I don't know, man. But I think that the idea that it could keep going up, at least for a little while, warrants a hold from me for that.